strange days where a win doesn't almost feel like a win. Do you take solace in the fact that you came out 3-2 winners on the day, even though it's the end of your Canadian Championship journey?
Yeah, I mean, the task of the guys today was win the game, right? To set an identity for ourselves at home, to find some urgency as the game progressed, position themselves to move forward. We did all of those things. We made a couple of mistakes for sure defensively that could have cinched it up. But the objective was win the game, position yourself and go from there. Unfortunately, we make an error there at the end, and we have to get better at a few of those things. It's not the first goal we've given away at the back post with the weak side center back losing a mark. So, but aside from that, I thought the performance overall was controlled. We had a lot more of the ball. We created some chances. I thought we were one pass away from a lot more chances. Sometimes guys getting grabbed when we were on breakaways, and unfortunate to not get to the right position. And sometimes we just didn't connect the final pass to the final run, which I thought would have led to quite a few more chances. So for us, again, it was about identity and continue to take steps forward as a team at home.
What do you think about your performance of your attackers, Altidore and Javinko?
Good. I thought they got into great spots. I think they created a lot of problems. They were able to receive balls and run at the back line. I think they'll still continue to progress in reading each other on some of those final runs and final passes. When they do that, they'll create even more chances. I think for Sebastian is continuing to gain trust in the guys around him. Sometimes he really tries to take things onto his shoulders, and as we continue to make runs for him ahead of the ball and different things, he'll find more options. But I thought they all put in a lot of work today, and like I said, positioned themselves to win. And we had some good attacks, some good goals, and I was pleased with that.
Greg, Javinko is obviously used to getting abuse from opposition players, but are you beginning to worry about the treatment he's been getting? The last couple of games, it's been fairly harsh.
Worried, I'm not sure. Irritated, highly, because I think it's the responsibility of the referees to protect him. I mean, he takes one from behind early in the game. His ankle is bleeding. The ref says play on. He's got like he didn't get hit. Those are opportunities for a referee to say this is unacceptable on the field, to get a chunk or a piece of the guy from behind. And they're supposed to protect not just him, but all attacking players and all players in general from those moments. So. I'm not concerned because he's an intelligent guy. He's grown up probably having to deal with it his whole life, and he understands how to get in and out of those things. But I'm totally irritated at the fact that the referees don't do a job, which is to protect some of the key guys on the field. That's what people pay to come see, and those guys have to be on their own right protected. This league has talked about it since day one, and it's just they got to follow through with it.
Was it defensive breakdowns? Was it missed assignments? What was it on the two goals? Like, especially the first one, that was, you had a lot of time, chested, pivot, and then volleyed. So
yeah, the first one I would say is missed assignments. The ball was hit to the near post and flicked, and it looked like guys. It happens fast, and guys lost their marks as the guys on the back post for them maybe changed their runs or pulled out of their runs. We continued to move to where we thought the ball was going to go, and didn't deal with the guys in terms of marking, and so that's just pure missed assignments. As far as the second one, it's a guy lost at the back post off the back shoulder of the center back, and it was Damien in that particular moment where a good cross gets in, but we've got to be able to deal with that. You got to lock in on your guy and make sure he doesn't get a free header, and he slipped away from us, and Dominic, that's all he needed was to finish the goal. So that's a missed assignment as well in a way, right?
Greg, what was your assessment of the game based on the last two changes you made? In terms of the last two changes, substitution, what was your assessment?
Well, at the moment we were up 3-1. So part of it was to get fresh legs onto the field to help us get pressure higher up the field for Josie. Josie's played a fair amount of minutes. He did a lot of work. It was just to allow us to work a little bit to get pressure to the ball up higher up the field, keep their center backs under pressure. And the other was Warren. Warren just is Oso's. I thought was having a good game, but he took a bit of a knock, and I thought he had a limp going, and a little bit of Warren's a good defender, midfield defender in one-on-one situations, so it was to help us sort of lock down defending in those wide areas. The other aspect of that was Michael dropping a little bit deeper and us flattening out a little bit more into 2 clear lines of 4 and understanding our responsibilities out of our defending shape, and not having Michael chasing higher up the field and looking to press the ball higher. So those are the main reasons for it, for us to go into the defending shape that we've been very solid in for the last 3 or 4 games. It just so happened that the cross cut in the box didn't have anything to do with any of that.
And the Hagelin sub, when you needed a goal down?
That was an opportunity for us when we knew we had to get the ball forward and get it in the box. It was to add size, a target, somebody that we can play into, or somebody we could get on the end of crosses in addition to Luke. Obviously, Sebastian is not the guy who's going to go jumping over top of people to head things in. So it was to free up Sebastian, occupy the center backs a little bit. If we could get the ball in wide positions or angled positions, it was to be able to play in and knock things down off of Nick or Luke, and for Sebastian to be able to clean up or pick up things into secondary. I mean, Nick has an opportunity in the box. He tries to bicycle it. I mean, I don't know if that's his thing, but he also had another look, I think, over the course of it to knock a ball down for guys. So it wasn't totally ineffective, but he was the last guy of size who could win things in the air, and when I thought we were going to be in a moment trying to dish some things in the box.
You tried a new shape today, playing multiple midfielders and kind of a more wide thing. So what was your assessment, or looking back at it now, is that something that you would like to see, or will see more of in the future?
It wasn't a new shape, and it wasn't new tactics. It was different people in different places a little bit. So Benoit, as an example, sat a little bit deeper, and his responsibility was to stay in front of the center backs, protect us from counterattacks, and help to sort of build the game a little bit, which freed up Michael to play more advanced, and we asked him to play a little bit higher up the field and to see if he could work with Sebastian and Josie and do all the running that he does, but then it's not a matter of he and Benoit having to figure out who's going to stay. It was Benoit, you stay, and Michael has the freedom to advance when he can, and then we used 2 central midfielders, so it was a diamond is what it was. The reason was that was so that we were closer together to connect, and we could advance our outside backs to give us width, but then our central midfielders, the 4 of them, who were all very good in possession, were in good spots and good distances to help each other in terms of controlling possession, controlling the game a little bit. And I thought it was fine. I mean, I thought we created a lot of chances. I thought, with just a few more better final balls, we would have had even more chances. I think the times that we had difficult times in it, you will, was when we got started dribbling or taking too many touches or trying to make things. But when we moved the ball quickly, they had very little solution for where we had guys positioned on the field. I also think it gave a lot of space for Sebastian to drift out to the outside, where he really likes to come out to the left side, and because we didn't have a wide player in that position, he could slide out there and use that space. Sometimes when we played flat and we had a wide guy in the space, there's nowhere for Sebastian to drift out to, and so all in all, I was pleased with that. And I mean, like I said, we won the game and we created some good chances, and I thought we controlled the majority of the possession.
Take one more for Greg. Or not.